Good morning, everyone. It is a rainy day. We are getting a late start, like the crop started at 8, and I am still at home at like 8:45. But I wanted to show you guys kind of what I was doing yesterday at the crop and the spreadsheet that I was working on. So I'm going to turn my camera around so that you guys can see that. All right, so the way that the spreadsheet is set up is you have the section or column here that has the ability to check whether the layout has been done or not, the month, which could also be changed to the date. I haven't decided. She has month on here. I haven't decided if I'm going to change that yet. And then the event to crop that you want to scrapbook, so the actual name of the event, what pages you're going to do. So like, are you going to do a 2-page spread or a 1-page spread? And this is going to help me a lot because I struggle with putting 1-page layouts in my albums, but this is going to allow me to do single pages but have them 2 different events, or this is all the same event but 2 different items, but have them be able to coordinate with each other. And then this section here, she had a ton of notes on, and I'm starting to put a lot of notes in there as well, but she had even more. I did add a couple extra columns because this has the number of photos, and she had that here, so I brought that as a number of photos. And then you have the option to select whether you have culled the photos, so like, have you printed them, have you selected the sketch, which I put that information here, so I don't know, maybe if I put over here the sketch name, I might change that up. And then down here at the very end, it's the total number of pages she wants to make and the total number of pages she has completed. And so what I've been doing, and like I said, I'm still working on this, so it might change up a little bit. I'm currently working on the Harry Potter photos. So we went to Gringotts Bank, and I'm going to do a 2-page layout. There's 9 photos, and then you can see here, let me move it up a little bit. You can see I'm doing this particular sketch. It's a 5-pack, February 2018. It's an 8-photo, 2-page layout, and that's the way that it's named in my Google Drive, which I'll show you in a second. And then I have there's 2 4x4 photos on that sketch, so I'm going to do the Gringotts Bank sign and the goblins in 4x4. The 4x6s are going to be me and Eli in front of the bank, and I'm going to have a foot flap because I have 2 other photos that are of us in the front of the bank. And then the 3x3 is the gold bars on the scale. And then I have a note here, I think I spelled that wrong, to check to see if we have Gringotts money, because I feel like I have saved that money. All right, so now we're on my iPad, and then these are the photos that I'm going to print. So I have these 2 are going to be on the flip flap, and then I have the goblins, which I'm going to print it at 4x6 because it's easier to cut down as a 4x4, as well as the Gringotts Bank sign. And then I have this picture here. This is going to be like the focal point. These 2 are going to be behind the flip flaps. And then I went ahead and used the Project Life app to put these on a 2 to 3x4. It's kind of hard to see, but there's this photo here, and then the photo, and then this will probably be a little bit easier. There's like gold bars here, and then the vaults. So I put those on the 3x4s. Okay, and then I also have the Gringotts bars of money on these like scales, which I need to, because I didn't apparently, I need to make it smaller because it's going to be a 3x3. All right, guys, so I am back home from the crop, and I did not get anywhere near what I had planned, but that's okay. I'm super excited about what I did get planned. I wanted to show you the Google sheet that I've been working from. She has been doing this since 2014. So I had gone in and removed all of her information. Like, I copied the Google sheet into my own Google sheet and then removed all the information. So you can see here that, like I said, she started in 2014, and I did leave that because there are still some layouts that I need to scrapbook from back then. I think I actually have to go back even further. So I'm going to leave this right now as is, but I wanted to go down to what I've been working on, which is the 2022, which is when we went to Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios in Orlando. We went for Eli's 11th birthday. And so if you follow anything about Harry Potter, you know that the book started at age 11 for Harry Potter. I wanted Eli to experience the Wizarding World of Harry Potter as if he was Harry Potter at age 11. When we went, I took over 400 photos. There are going to be 22 layouts, mostly 2-page layouts. I think there's actually 10 2-page layouts and 12 1-page layouts, but they all coordinate together. And this is probably, while it was very time consuming, I feel like I am now ready to just sit down and scrapbook 22 layouts, and I'm so excited about that. Like, to the point that it is after midnight at this point, and I want to continue going on because I'm finally getting into the groove of it. So I explained earlier how it's set up. You can see up here at the very top, there is a row, and that row is frozen. So regardless of when I move, it is going to be staying at the top, and that's has columns that tell me if the layout has been done or not, the month, which I still haven't decided if I'm going to change that to the date or not, the event to scrap, the pages of how many he's going to scrap, so either a single page or a double page. She had in here layout, idea, sketch, and story. I still haven't changed that, and I don't know how I'm going to reword that, but I am going to reword that. The number of photos, whether the photos were cold or not, the collection that I'm going to use, and the sketch that I'm going to use. So I did change that up a little bit. And then again, over here, the pages that she wants to make and the pages she's completed. You can see, like I showed you before, but I'm going to scroll down a little bit more so that you guys can see kind of what I got done today. Each one of these layouts are the events that I want to scrapbook from when we were there. And I have been able to, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I've been able to show that, like for the chocolate frog, it only has 3 photos. I'm doing a 1-page layout with it, with a 4x4 photo of the chocolate frog, and then there's 2x2 photos of Eli with the packaging from the chocolate frog. And then going over, I can see that that is the sketch that I pulled was the Create magazine of March 2014. The way that I have it set up in my drive is that all of my sketches are digital. They are organized by the company, and then inside of the company they're organized even further. So going down here to the Scrapbook Generation sketches, if I click on that folder, when I come in here, I have like the Create magazine, 1-page layouts, 2-page layouts, my paid content. So those are the ones that I know I can't show on YouTube. Just all of them are very organized. So I'm going to go into my Create magazine because that's where that one that I just showed you. And then it was labeled in March 2014. And so this is the sketch that I'm going to use, where down here in the bottom where it's the 4x4 photo, it's going to be the chocolate frog, and then those 2 2.5x5. I'm going to do those photos. So let me show you the photos. So what I did, so I have an album labeled to print, and these are all the photos that I worked on today to get ready to send out to print. And if I come down here to my chocolate frog, I used the Project Life app to create this photo collage where the chocolate frog is a 4x4 photo, and then you can see Eli with the packaging in the 2x2. So coming back to this photo of the sketch, I'm actually going to do 2x2 photos here with the 4x4. I will tell you that this was a lot of work, but I believe that it is work well spent, because now I can just sit down in my scrapbook room and create, and everything is already done for me. I already have my sketches picked out. I know what collection I'm going to use, and I have notes in here as to what I'm going to do. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit and see if I can find some notes that are like a little bit more detailed. All right, so for this particular one here, it's a 2-page layout of us on the train, and I have a 4x6 photo of Eli and I, Eli in front of the train, and the owl and luggage. Those are all 4x6 photos. Then I have 3x3 photos of the luggage and the wall between platform 9 and 10. And then my 4x3 is going to be a blue sign, the 9 3/4 sign, and the luggage. And then I have this 3x4 picture of Eli, and I told myself that I needed to turn the photo on the bottom left side of the layout to fit. And so if I go to this sketch, which is Page Maps April 2014, I'm going to go into my page maps folder. I'm going to select the April 2014, and this is the sketch that I'm going to use. The photo that I was referring to is right above the subtitle, and instead of it being a 4x3, I know that I need to put it in a portrait mode because of the photo that I have. So that gives me the indication. So it's not something where somebody else is going to be able to read it and understand it, but it's something that I'm going to be able to read and understand. So for this particular layout, I have the 4 3x6 photos that I was talking about, the 2 3x3 photos, I have 3 4x3 photos, and then I have 1 photo that's going to be in portrait. All right, guys, so my friend Abby did agree to allow me to share this spreadsheet because there were a couple people who asked in my previous video about being able to get a copy of it. I still need to figure out how to share it with you guys, so it may take me a couple days to figure that out. If you happen to know how to share it without others being able to edit it, however, still being able to allow people to copy it, because it will be something that if I do share it as a Google Sheet, you will need to go in and copy the details yourself and then paste it onto your own Google Sheet, or if you use Excel, I'm pretty sure you can paste it onto that. So I just need to play around with it a little bit. It's already 1 o'clock in the morning, and like I wanted to get this done because I'm super excited about it, and I think it's such an awesome thing. And I do feel like it's not anything that's like rocket science. It's not anything innovating. I don't even know if anybody else has this spreadsheet, but I am just so very thankful for Abby for showing me what she had done, which she showed me this before, but I wasn't in the mindset at that time to be able to sit down and really understand it. And that's why I was really appreciative of having this time at this crop, which that's all I did. I literally brought my computer, my iPad, and my phone, and I used those 3 devices to get all of this work done. And so while everybody else was scrapbooking, I was doing this. I'm sure that I looked probably like a crazy person at a scrapbooking event, not actually scrapbooking, but I feel like I got so much accomplished, and I want to thank Abby for allowing me to use what she has created. And we had talked about it at the end of the night, that it's one of those things where you're able to finally get your thoughts about what you want to create out of your brain and onto paper. I now feel like I am not going to lose this information. Also, with it being a Google Sheet, I'm able to work on this on a regular basis. So when I do take photos of an event, anything, just daily life things, like when I take Eli to the orthodontist, I'm going to obviously take photos of that. But as I'm sitting there waiting for him to get his braces realigned and things like that, I can be working on this Google Sheet of, all right, I just took 5 photos of him in the chair at the orthodontist. What sketch am I going to use? You know, how many pages am I going to do? Am I going to do a double or a single? How many photos am I going to use? Obviously 5. Am I going to use all 5 of them in that moment, or do I want to take more, or do I not want to use all 5 of those? Do I want to make them all 4x6s? Do I want to make them smaller? Going in and actually pulling those into Project Life and making them smaller into the sizes that I want. I can do all of that while I'm sitting there for the 45 minutes or the hour waiting on his orthodontist appointment, all in Google Sheets and getting it all accomplished. Where before I would think about those things and maybe I would write them down on a piece of paper, or I'd write them in my notes section in my phone, but it was never anything that was organized. And now I have something that is organized and I can pull things, and then I'm also able to tweak it to work for me, because like I said, Abby's spreadsheet that she had works for her, and I went in and changed a few things to make it work for me. So when you are going in and copying this to get the base of it, you're going to make it work for you. So as it is, it may work for you. You may look at it and be like, I don't need all of this. I know that I'm only going to do double page layouts, so I don't need the column that says pages because I'm never going to do a single page layout, or vice versa. I'm only going to do singles. I don't need to do double pages. I don't need to pull out my collection shoes. Whatever it is, make it work for you. I just need to sit down and figure out how to get it to you guys. I will tell you guys that over the past year, I have struggled with getting back into scrapbooking, and this is the first time in over a year that I have felt excited about scrapbooking and have felt like I want to be in my scrapbook room, and I haven't felt like that in a year, and I owe that 100% to Abby. This crop, this spreadsheet, all of those things added together got me to this point, and I am so excited to be back in this mindset of wanting to scrapbook, because for the last year, and probably even longer than that, I have not had that desire to scrapbook. I have been scrapbooking since 2004, and I have never gone this long without scrapbooking. I couldn't even put into words why I couldn't scrapbook, and I don't know that I even know to this day why I couldn't scrapbook for that long, but I finally feel like I can, and I'm so excited about that, and I can't wait to get to it. Also the fact that this crop that we went to today is a monthly crop, which I didn't even know about. It's 20 minutes from my house. It's a monthly crop. So I got all the dates for the entire year. They're in my calendar. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make all of them, but at least I have a plan to do this. And this could be where I go to these crops and I don't scrapbook at all. Maybe I just sit and pull all the previous photos, because I obviously have 4 pages of notes of photos that I want to pull and put into the spreadsheet. All right, at this point I am rambling, and it is 1:30 in the morning, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for following along in this journey. This video has been chaotic and all over the place, and I'm sure I repeated myself on multiple occasions, and I'm okay with that. So I hope that you are as well. Know that I am excited to be back. Know that I am very, very thankful for each and every one of you, for all the love that I have seen over the last couple of days since I posted my first video of 2024. The amount of comments that I've had of you guys saying thank you so much for coming back. I'm so glad you're back. I love your layouts. I love your style. I love your inspiration. All of those comments have encouraged me so much more than I think that you guys will ever know. And I don't know how to say that I am appreciative any more than I have, because I know that I've said it on multiple occasions, but I am so appreciative for this scrapbook community and everything that the scrapbook community brings to the people who are in it, and everyone in it is amazing. All right, so I'm gonna go. I hope that you guys are having a scrappy day, and thanks for continuing to support me.